Hi, here we are in lovely Wakamow Valley, and we're just at the site of the new playground that's being constructed here. And I have Crystal and Carrie, I want to say, with me.
That's correct.
Yeah, Crystal and Carrie, and they're from Wakamow Valley Authority, and they are going to tell us today about two things that are going on. One is that we're building this lovely playground, and the other is about the upcoming Decadent Pleasures and Festival of Tastes and Smells and stuff. So, Crystal, welcome.
Hi, thanks, Lyle.
Yeah. And we want to say, first off, before you get this out of the way, Bill, it's a beautiful sunny day. It's 7. Hope you're watching.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, we want him to know that it's +7 here in Moose Jaw.
Now, let's talk about the upcoming big event that's going to be happening, and that's, of course, raising funds for what we're seeing behind us, but the festival.
Yes, it's our largest event that we raise funds for the park, and it's Festival of Flavours, which is November the 7th, and it's hosted up at Heritage Inn. Starts at 6 p.m., and it's a real combination of local restaurants and food purveyors, as well as beer and spirits and some really great wines on site as well. So it's just a fun evening out and a great way to raise money for the park.
And this is quite a history, because I can remember the first one was held in the theater at the May Wilson, and there's all this, but it's grown so much, it keeps changing venues because we have to get larger.
Yeah, well, and this is the 10th annual, and I think a few other community groups at one time actually started this. In Wakamow, I think this is the 3rd year of organizing it on behalf of the park. So it's actually the 10th annual. And for us as a fundraiser, it's essential for us to raise money because we're a nonprofit here. And our park always needs things, upgrades, and things like what we're standing in front of here, the playground, which was our last year's endeavor.
And also, we're looking to upgrade the washrooms down here, too.
Yeah, we are, and I think Carrie's going to speak a little bit about why we need new washrooms. But yeah, it's not a real sexy fundraiser, but it's an essential service, really, in the park.
Let's find out why people need to be flushed with cash here, right?
Okay, well, these the current outhouses we have right now were installed in 1986 and 1988. This one's just a little bit newer. We need to replace them because the manufacturer has apparently went out of business, and there are certain parts that you just can't simply buy at the lumber store or a plumbing store. They have to be manufactured specifically for these outhouses. So right now I'm getting down to the last few spare parts, and once we run out of spare parts, we won't be operational.
Bunged up, so to speak.
Yeah, that's true. And as well, the outhouses we have were actually designed for mining operations. They were to go underground. Yeah. We converted them to use above ground. And so we've used these washrooms for over 20 years, and they weren't designed for a 20-year usage. So we've really got our use out of the current outhouses.
What kind of money would be required to replace these? And has the technology changed? And are there new, more specifically friendly to this kind of environment installations that have been created since then?
Well, as far as money-wise, there's all sorts of different price points depending on what you want. So, just to take a starting point would probably be $15,000 or $20,000. You can probably go up from there. And I guess the technology has changed, and like currently with the flush system in this outhouse, you're recycling waste when you flush the handle. And so that's not a great thing because of the odor every time you flush and the way things look. And now you can design outhouses that have a clean water tank and a dirty water tank. You can get outhouses, with sinks and or hand sanitizer stations or baby stations, diaper stations, and so I think outhouses have come a long way over the last few years.
And of course, down here the park's in comparative usage in 1986 to what it is today. It's tremendous growth. The families that come down here, the events that are held here, exactly. That are all that weren't here. 25 years ago.
Yeah, I was here in 1986. That's the year I started at Wakamow.
Really?
So there has been a big surge in park usage, and that's exactly why we need things like the playground and outhouse facilities or all-season washrooms, whatever we can managed to get.
Tell me about the playground that's going together behind us.
Well, the playground that has just been replaced was called the Leisure Time Playground, and it was about 15 years old, and the platform surfaces were wearing out, and people had carved very deep graffiti into the structure. And basically just the safety codes, everything changes in 15 years, and so it was time to just update our playground and get a brand new structure that's all up to today's current codes. So that as well it's wheelchair accessible.
I was going to say that's a really important thing that we didn't think about when it was built a while ago. But families, there are many families that have wheelchair personnel, members of their family, and they want to come out and play too.
Exactly. And so what we wanted was a playground that everybody could use. So even you can play on it now.
Thanks, boy. I like the color schemes too.
You're just under the height restriction.
Oh man, I can remember when we were little kids, you had to be so tall. I never thought it would get to the point where you're too tall to go on the Ferris wheel.
Well, we're going to be having an unveiling and official announcement once this is all put together, and let everybody know what the new name of it will be as well. But the washrooms that we're currently fundraising, this was last year's project, the playground. The washrooms that we're currently fundraising right now are an all-season washroom. So it's going to be a washroom in this particular area of the park that's very well utilized. So people can have access to it all year round. So it'll have running water, so there'll be sinks. We're actually working with SciAS students right now. They're actually in the design phase of what it's going to look like. And we're looking, this one particularly, because it'll be all season, is going to run around $50,000. So it's essential, like I said, essential service here, and every penny helps.
Yeah, and you have to heat the pipes and all that kind of thing, and the water, has to be maintained at a liquid level.
Yeah, and we all know here in Saskatchewan that sometimes is difficult to do.
Well, we were just commenting before we went on that last year, if we'd been filming this, we'd be standing in snow up to our knees, and the road would be icy in front of us. So.
Yeah, this fall has been very good so far. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know I've been down here for a couple of events, and there's like the cross-country races that are held here. There's hundreds of people who come down here, and without your facilities to help them out, it would be really a bad thing to have to try and find a bathroom. There's just no place to go.
Yeah, and we have groups of people like the Grumpy Old Men, and I say that with all respect because that's actually what they call themselves. It's not me.
That's Murray and Amos and those guys.
And they're actually the group that actually spurred this idea. When you're looking at upgrades of washrooms, and because they come every morning, they're here and they walk our trails, and they're just one of many groups that come down and use the trail. So the washroom will just be here to provide people just accessibility, really, and it will be wheelchair accessible as well. So it goes in partnership with our playground.
Because in the wintertime, I do my walking inside and my workouts at Yarra Place, and some of the people who come there spend their whole summers walking down here. This is a really popular place for walking in the summertime. I mean, you come down here on a summer day, you're going to find lots of people.
Yeah, and it's also a very popular place for runners. The Moose Jog is held here. There's cyclists that cruise through this park. There's playgrounds. We're standing in front of a pavilion that family reunions happen. I mean, it is a very, very busy area in the park.
So you're looking forward to all this happening in the next little while, eh?
Oh yes, I just love to see park improvements. Yeah. Over the years, we've seen a few, and I'd like to keep that going.
For sure, Kerry. Well, thank you, both of you, for taking time out of the office. I'm sure it was an arm-twisting occasion to get you out and enjoy this late fall that we have, and also get to see how the work's going on that playground. Is it going to be done this year, do you think?
The playground? Yep. It'll be completed pretty much in the next few days. So we're hoping to have an announcement and an unveiling within the next couple weeks once we get the signage and everything all completed. Mm-hmm.
No hints, so?
No hints, so. No.
Okay. Well, thanks for
We're good at keeping secrets too here at Wakamow.
Well, thank you for coming down, Lyle.
Thanks very much, and continued success. I hope everybody remembers where and when? Just
Festival of Flavours, November the 7th. Just call our office, 692-2717 for tickets, or you can stop by the front desk at the Heritage Inn to pick them up as well.
It takes place November 7th up at the Heritage Inn, and it's a great night of taste through your palate.
Yeah, food and wine, and it'll just be a really good time. Live entertainment, it'll be a lot of fun.
We didn't even talk about the entertainment. That's great.
Danny Jazz Trio is going to be on site, so yeah, he'll be great.
Okay, well, thanks again. And when we come back, we're going to talk more about what's coming up in the theater world in Moose Jaw, so don't go away. We'll be right back.